Zero to Hero, a series of videos showcasing Cisco's ability to deliver zero trust without complexity. This is the fourth video focusing on streamlining the user experience. Let's get started. So in this task, you will verify device trust by deploying corporate device checks via certificates. Only devices joined to the organization's Active Directory will receive the trusted certificates. All devices, posture, hygiene will be checked using Duo Device Health application, ensuring that only devices meeting corporate standards policies are allowed access to any protected application or use case. There's a nice screenshot where we've embedded the company logo within the Duo prompt that users could choose whether or not to maybe add devices, send a push, call me, enter a passcode. So let's get started. You can see we're on Karen's machine right now. We're going to drop this down. We're going to go ahead and log in. Now this user's never logged in, never been onboarded with Duo. They're just logging in with that primary credential. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll see what happens. And remember, based on policy, there should be some checks and balances in place to ensure that the asset connecting, including the user, meets the minimum requirements in order for us to allow or feel comfortable to allow access to the application. So you can see here right away it says it's checking for the Duo Health application. It's not there. It is required by the organization, so go ahead and download that. Once that's downloaded, all you need to do is go into the application and do the installation. Now this could be part of an image, right? But this is just, let's assume this is a user, never ever accessed, doesn't have the application. Look how easy it is to get them up and running and registered. So let's go ahead. We see that we've got it installed now. We're doing a refresh. It's now checking and it says action required. Now, it's stating that the firewall is not enabled, and it gives a 1, 2, 3, 4 insight into what needs to be done. You need to turn on the firewall and refresh the browser. So we're going to go ahead and click Open System and Security. Go ahead and use the recommendations here, and we can close this out. So now we've got the firewall enabled. The next step would be to refresh the browser. Now we'll close off this. You can see here, see what needs to be fixed. You can always click that as a user to get some insight what you need to do. At this case, we're just going to refresh the browser. We're going to wait to see what happens. Oh, okay, now we're moving to the next step. So start setup. What do we want to do? Mobile, tablet, landline, security key like YubiKey, Touch ID. We're going to use mobile phone. We're going to go ahead and enter in our phone number. Remember, we've already passed the primary authentication. Now we're going to go ahead and register our device. Once we validate it here, we'll go ahead and hit continue. But let me bring over an iPhone so we can see what the user is actually experiencing on the other end. It is an iPhone. We're going to hit continue. And now it's saying, do you have it or not? We have Duo installed in this case. Now, if you didn't, you could do the installation as well. Let's just grab this and scan it. And there we go. We've already got the integration, the applications here. Now we can select how we want to log in. So ask me to choose an authentication every time or automatically send a Duo push. Go ahead and hit save, whatever your settings might be, and then you'll continue. In my case, I'm manually going to send a push. We'll send the push to the device. We'll go ahead and click that. There's the application JIRA. We'll go ahead and click approve, and bam, we're in our application. So again, 4 little steps that we had to do in total, including the user onboarding themselves and getting the Duo Health application. All of that was 4 steps, and we've got some zero trust happening in the organization. Let's have a look at some of the logs that we've seen here. So there's a login with Karen and the specific application, and we see it denied, and it says endpoint is not healthy. Why? Because firewall was off. Now, if we scroll up and we check the log again, where we've downloaded the Duo Health application, we ensured that we've turned on the firewall. You can see that it says it's on now. Trusted endpoint has a valid Duo certificate, and we're good to go. We're in our application and functioning, and it's fairly self-explanatory for the user. We'll go ahead and jump into Karen's user identity here. We can see it requires active authentication, 2-factor, and we can see, you know, the Windows versions, security warnings that might be involved. All of that's at our fingertips. Really neat stuff.